Bob Lazar, the name that makes conspiracy theorists tingle and skeptics roll their eyes. His story has been debated for decades, pulling everyone into a vortex of aliens, secret labs, and government cover-ups. But how did a kid from Coral Gables, Florida, grow into a whistleblower who either knows the biggest secret in human history or is just really committed to his bit? Let's dig in. Born in 1959 in Coral Gables, Florida, Bob Lazar grew up in a relatively average middle-class family. But while other kids his age were building tree houses, young Bob was busy turning bicycles into mini rockets and tinkering with rudimentary engines. This isn't just a kid who dreamed of space. He wanted to build a spaceship himself. Lazar's passion for science wasn't just a hobby, it shaped his entire life. By his teenage years, he reportedly developed a reputation as the neighborhood's mad scientist, taking apart gadgets and trying to improve them. His fascination with propulsion systems laid the groundwork for the work he would later claim to have done at S4. In his 20s, Lazar moved to Los Alamos, New Mexico, where he worked as a technician. It was there where he made the headlines by strapping a jet engine to his Honda Civic, a move that either screams genius innovator or future Darwin Award nominee. Whatever the case, it caught people's attention. Lazar shocked the world when he appeared in a series of interviews with investigative reporter George Knapp, making extraordinary claims about his work at a site called S4 near Area 51. According to Lazar, he was hired to reverse engineer alien spacecraft. Specifically, he described studying saucer-shaped crafts with gravity-based propulsion systems powered by a substance called element 115. Let's pause here. Lazar didn't just say, "Hey, aliens exist." He claimed to have touched their technology, studied it, and tried to figure out how it worked. According to him, these crafts defined every known law of physics. Their propulsion systems didn't rely on combustion or traditional fuels. Instead, they manipulated gravity itself. Lazar even described a device he called the gravity amplifier, which allowed the crafts to bend space and time. Lazar claimed to have degrees from MIT and Caltech, two very prestigious institutions. However, no records of his attendance exist. Lazar insists this is part of a deliberate government effort to erase his credentials and discredit him. Whether you buy this explanation depends on how much faith you have in shadowy conspiracies. Then there's element 115. When Lazar first mentioned it in 1989, the element hadn't been discovered yet. Scientists officially synthesized it in 2003, naming it Moscovium. However, the element 115 created in labs is highly unstable, with no evidence of the properties Lazar described. Critics argue this invalidates his story, but supporters see it as proof he knew something long before anyone else. When Lazar went public, the UFO community exploded. Supporters saw him as a brave whistleblower, exposing the truth about extraterrestrial life. Skeptics, on the other hand, accused him of being a con artist. The government naturally denied everything. Over the years, Lazar claimed he faced harassment and surveillance. In 2017, his home was raided by the FBI. Officials claimed it was related to hazardous materials sold through his company, but Lazar suggests that they were really searching for the element 115 or evidence of his past work. Today, Bob Lazar lives with his wife, Joy White, in a quiet corner of Michigan. Together they run United Nuclear Scientific Equipment and Supplies, which provides scientific tools, materials, and chemicals to researchers, hobbyists, and educators. Beyond his business, Lazar occasionally makes public appearances. He's featured in documentaries such as the 2018 film Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, where he reiterated his claims and reflected on their impact on his life. Lazar and Joy maintain a low profile, avoiding the media spotlight as much as possible. Lazar spends much of his time focused on his business and personal projects, including his famed hydrogen-powered Corvette. So, was Bob Lazar a whistleblower with access to groundbreaking secrets, or just a guy who knew how to spin a good yarn? His story raises compelling questions about government secrecy and humanity's desire to uncover the unknown. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is undeniable. Lazar's claims have left a lasting impact, sparking endless debates and keeping the UFO conversation alive. What do you think? Is Bob Lazar a misunderstood genius or just a man with elaborate imagination? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. The universe is full of mysteries, and we'll explore them together. And as always, keep looking up.